Welcome to today's episode. In today's episode, we're going to be talking about resistance and procrastination and the impact that this might be having on your life, on your goals, on your dreams, on your future. And it's a huge topic, actually. But before we carry on, my name is Fran Lobscher, and with me is Kat Masilnikov. Super excited to bring this to you. We're going to be talking about all aspects of life and helping you overcome things that are keeping you stuck.
I don't know why, but something came to my head right now while you friend were introducing us. For those who don't know us, we're actually founders of Beach Bus Influencers, which is what you can call it a marketing agency where we teach entrepreneurs how to scale their businesses, automate it, create funnels, automations, and start making money on autopilot. That was a dream of ours years ago, and we have achieved it. We have a business now that is sustained even if we're not there. It's like a dream come true, right? We kind of like live our dream life, if you call it that way.
Yeah.
And the funny part is that although we are marketers by profession, right?
Yeah.
If you can call it that way. Although friend used to be a dentist, I have like a teaching degree that I never used. I worked at the post office for 15 years. It's kind of like you have a profession, and now I feel like marketing became our profession, but our purpose
Yeah.
always been something else. And no matter what you do, whether you're dentist or postal clerk or whoever else, a marketer, your purpose will keep shining through. How usually it happens, although you're a marketer, you still find yourself talking about one same thing. And in our case, whether we are marketers or dentists or postal clerk or teachers, I remember always be interested in self exploration, right? Kind of like explore how the world works, how our human mind works. I was always fascinated by human beings and nature in general, and I would always want to learn about it and talk about it. So when our marketing business took off and we found ourselves like, well, now we can do whatever we want. What is it that I want, right? How do I want to contribute to the world? And this particular podcast is one of those channels for me of showing up in the world, sharing our wisdom, and being who I want to be and fulfilling my purpose. Oh my gosh, this is deep. So thank you guys for letting us fulfilling our purpose by showing up in your world and telling you all kind of things that, come to our mind, how we overcame all the hurdles of life and still overcoming. It's never ending journey, but it's a beautiful journey when you actually have time to look at it and look back and realize that everything was a gift, no
Mm.
matter what. So back to resistance. I don't know. I kind of like stepped a little bit away from our topic, but I felt like I had to say it. I don't know why. And this is actually one of my magic powers. I used to be a girl who wanted to be invisible, right? Who never expressed her opinion, her ideas. Um, but somehow now, if I have an impulse, even if it's not on topic, even if I doesn't know who need to hear it, doesn't make any sense in current situation, I'll go ahead and say, I don't know why. So this is became one of my superpowers. I just speak my mind. But
It is your superpower also to break things down. So I often go too fast into something and you always bring it back.
and I'm like, let's go back. Let's go back.
Slow things down so that it's easily understood. But I want to ask you a question. I want to ask you a question, and I'm sure this might have happened. Well, I'm not sure, but I suspect this might have happened in your life where you have wanted to do something and then something has happened and you have taken it as a sign from the universe that it wasn't meant to be. Whether it was, um, you know, buying a house or buying a car or going on a trip or
Investing in yourself.
investing in yourself, investing in your business, investing, learning skills, you know, whatever it was. Um, let me give you a really good example. When I was a teenager and I went to university, I was decided I wanted to become a dentist for crazy ideas. I still do not understand this to this day. I just decided I wanted to do it and I went for it. And I got to first year and I had done a lot of, I'd already covered a lot of that at school. And so I didn't really do any work for the first 6 months. And then all of a sudden, I didn't know it. I didn't know anything. And I hadn't, like, it was too late to catch up. And I failed first year. Now, I could have taken that as a sign from the universe that I wasn't meant to do it, that I wasn't meant to become a dentist, that, okay, this isn't meant for me. What would I have done? I have no idea. While I didn't enjoy being a dentist, it was a very good career for me, a very good profession for me. Um, that we could send our daughter to private school, we could put her through university, you know, we could do a lot of the things that we wanted to do. We moved to another country, we moved from South Africa here, and I could still work part-time. I could fetch her from take her to school, fetch her from school, be there for her. Obviously I wasn't there for her all the holidays, but it was still a good career for me until I'd had enough. Okay? It was very stressful, and eventually I'd had enough. But I could have taken that as a sign from the universe that I wasn't meant to do it, and if I had, I know I wouldn't be here now. I know I wouldn't be here now living my dream life, fulfilling my purpose every single day, doing things that literally light up my soul, that give me so much joy and purpose every day because I'm helping people every single day. Um, so think of, like, things that you might have done, and it may be, that you have maybe invested, in training, and it may be that you've invested in training with us, okay? And the next day that you paid the money, maybe your car broke down, or you had an accident and your car was written off and you needed a new car, or you got ill. You may have got ill, or something might have happened. I don't know. Our house got struck by lightning yesterday. You know, our house didn't burn down.
Oh gosh.
Yeah, but I mean,
So usually this is how universe works. When
yeah,
you make one of the biggest decisions of your life, whether it's financial, self, I don't know, mentorship, buying a house, new relationship, new job, new anything. So it's one of the life changing decisions. And we've had several of them in our lifetime, right? You probably, when you go back, you can pinpoint those decisions. So usually when you make that decision, the universe is going to test you. It's kind of like the universe is going to resist in the beginning. And why? A lot of times we think that, oh, maybe because it's the wrong path, maybe it's a wrong decision, maybe it's not the right time. It's gonna feel and look like it's not the right place and time, and everything against suddenly conspires against you, and you're like, oh my gosh, maybe I shouldn't gone there, right? Let us know if you can relate to any situation like this when you made the decision, right? And boom, something happened to question that decision.
yeah.
It happens all the time. So if you made a decision and immediately you're tested and that decision is questioned, I want you to know that you made the right decision. This is how universe works. And why you're going to be tested is because you decided to change something in your life, right? You made a decision to make a change. And for life creation, for universe, everything need to change to accommodate that decision. And it will change if you got what it takes. If that's really what you want. So it's going to throw all kinds of tests at you: financial, mental, emotional, relationship, health, not to break you down and steer you away from that path, but sort of to build you up, to become the person that you need to become, to be able to accept the energy of that dream, of that experience, right? Because your current person, your current energy cannot handle the energy of your dream. It's like totally different you.
Different.
It- it-
Yeah.
so there's a lot need to be changed inside of you so you can hold the space for that new life, right? So that's why we get thrown all this tests, not only to prove the universe that that's what we really want, right? Instead of stepping back or getting scared and scratch that decision and go back to our old life, but keep going forward. Not only you proving that's that what you want, and universe should make according changes, like a ripple effect, right? But also you transforming who you are by overcoming those tests. Does it make sense? I hope it makes sense.
Um, it I always like to think of it as the universe is always just playing jokes on us, and it's just like, "How about you really want this? You really want this? You really want this?
As it-
Let me throw another spanner in the works. Let me just test you a little bit more." And we always know it's coming whenever we invest, like with a mentor, or invest in something, we grow more. It's like we're waiting for the universe to throw another spanner in the works. It's like, okay, when's it coming? It's gonna come. We know it's gonna happen. And it happens like clockwork every single time. But becoming aware, okay, when something happens, when something big happens, okay? Oh, okay. All right. Yeah. Thank you. Thank you for showing me that actually I'm on the right path. Okay? Like, yes, lean forward. You lean into it more. You go for it more. You know that actually you are on the right path and you need to keep going instead of thinking, oh no, it's a sign from the universe. No, 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 no. That's not meant to be. Like, that's a sign. It's not meant to be. Because that's what a lot of people do. A lot of people will just take it as a sign. Oh, and okay. Like, no, I need to cancel. No, I want a refund. I can't do this because, you know, my car broke down and
Can life happen?
yeah,
And life will be happening
it's going to keep
all the
happening.
time, no matter what you do, right? No matter what you decide. So, another thing that goes hand in hand with those universal tests is procrastination and resistance. That's what we usually feel when we are on the verge of a big change. We want it, but at the same time, there's some resistance happen where not only you want to go back to the comfort zone, right? You're going to resist stepping into that unknown, but also we procrastinate and not take that action thinking, well, let me figure out, maybe it's a sign that I don't need to go there, that don't need to make that decision. And I was just telling a friend that there's an incredible book that I'm reading right now. It's called Happy Pocket Full of Money. The book is not about money, actually. It's about how the world works. It's something that I'm so interested in, reading about, fascinated about. But I was telling her I had such a huge resistance reading it. It's like I have to make myself sit down and read a page. And even if I'm reading something, my mind instantly goes somewhere else and I have to reread it. The words are so incredible. There's wisdom in every single sentence. Like I can just, you know, highlight the whole book. That's how valuable it is. And it's not hard to read. Sometimes I was thinking like, well, maybe it's my English, my second language, and this book is like too sciencey or whatever. There's some books that are too sciencey and I really can't read them. Like it's not enjoyable. No, like this book is easy to read. There's wisdom in every word, but why do I have make myself sit down and read it? And why do I have to reread each page 5 times to just kind of like get it stick in my head? Me and friend were just talking before we started that podcast, and I was telling her, well, because I know why this resistance is happening, I just kind of like laugh with the universe, like, and thank it for the experience, right? When you know what's the reason behind this or that, it might much more fun and enjoyable to do that mundane thing that you don't want to do. And here's why. I want to give you guys kind of like a sneak peek why it's happening. So our life right now, how it is, represents, I would say, a system, right? You have your circle of friends, your circle of duties, you live in the area, you kind of like maintain that system. There's nothing much happen outside of the system, right? You call your relatives, you took care of your bills, kids, you call your mom, whatever. It's kind of like the same old thing happens day in and day out. And once you make the big decision, that system is instantly is threatened.
Mhm.
Something's going to change. If you change, the whole entire system will change. It's just how it is, right? And the main purpose of any system is to keep the system at all cost. Even like when we talk about our brain, how it throws like fear at us when we're about to change something, its job to keep the system alive.
Keep you
So it
safe.
will do whatever it takes to keep you in the system and not get out of that comfort zone, that system. So the same happens. And what I told friend, I know that this book is threatening my system big time. Like if I read till the end, and I'm actually planning to read it again, huge changes will happen in my system. And my brilliant system resisting it big time, knowing that the change is coming and it doesn't want it to happen. Like the system doesn't care if you're happy or not, if you're growing or not, if you're fulfilled or not. It just wants to keep the system alive.
Yeah.
That's it.
And it knows that if that's gonna bring a massive change in the system, that old system's gonna die. It doesn't want to.
No. So
It's
it's
like
going to keep throwing all kinds of
yeah.
curveballs at you to keep you in the system.
And the funny thing is, when Kat told me about this book before Christmas, it was like
I was reading it back then and I'm still
she told me about it what? Like a long time ago.
2 months ago.
Okay. And I got it. And then she told me how she's struggling to read it. So have I read one page of it? No. Because I'm
You're
resisting.
resistant and
I'm
too.
I'm resisting because I'm just I'm literally absorbing your resistance to me and thinking, "Oh, it's hard. It's hard. I don't want to read it." Okay?
It's
I'll watch
amazing
Netflix.
book. So let's just say, so it's David Cameron Gikandi. It's called A Happy Pocket Full of Money. So there's so much wisdom here on creating wealth and abundance, energy, universe, how things work, how to grow your wealth consciousness. So And it's easy to read. There's no science here. I mean, there's a little bit quantum physics in the beginning, but it's like third grade level of explanation, right? But I'm just so resistant to keep reading it, and I know why, and I'm like, I'm still gonna finish it.
And
See, when
I
it's there,
I'm yeah.
when you know why, right? Instead of like, oh, maybe I should just read something else. Maybe it's a waste of time, right? Maybe it's just not for me. I know this is this is for me, but it's like so hard. And a lot of in business, it happens in the first stages of business, right? You made that first decision, you committed to it, and boom, life happened. You got sick, you got fired from your job or whatever. You will be tested with everything. And then it's up to you. Are you going to come back to that decision? Are you going to keep going even though the shit's going to hit the fan, right? So, and that's what success is about. It's going through every hurdle in life, through every curveball, learning lessons that it brings, get up and keep going. Get up and keep reading for me.
And when you find yourself procrastinating doing something, like for me, procrastinating reading this book, I'm actually limiting my potential. So when you are procrastinating doing something, okay, um, whatever it is, whether it is, reading a book, diving into a course, whether it is, investing in yourself, investing in your growth, in your business, invest whatever it is. Understand that that procrastination is literally limiting your potential in life, and it's destroying your confidence that you have, because you have confidence in yourself to actually do it. You've like, okay, this is what I want. I found I found the person who can help me. I found who can help me get where I want to be. And then you think, oh no, I'm not going to do it. I'm frightened. And that fear holds you back. And so it, it literally can destroy your confidence.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, the main point I wanted to carry through this conversation is that if you resist something, if life throws you curveballs right after you made an important decision, it means you're on the right path, and do whatever it takes not to get out of that path. And resistance, it's just a sign that your system doesn't want to die, doesn't want to go and, change. Change is hard, right? Because one little thing in the system changes, it has to change everything.
Mm.
And change is usually the scariest thing for our brain, for our mind, for our body, for our everything. It's the scariest thing is the change, but that's where the growth happens. That's where we learn the lessons. That where we gain the wisdom, and that's how we increase our energy's capacity. That's how we become that person that can attract those dreams and live those dreams.
Yeah.
That's the only way.
Yeah. Lean into it. Get into it. Like you will learn to laugh at it. You will learn to laugh at the curveballs that the universe will throw you. Um, but when you are out the other side and you look back, you think, thank God I didn't listen to that sign, the sign that I wasn't meant to do whatever it is that I was doing.
Yep.
But I listened to Fran and Kat and I leaned into it. And I carried on going.
Is if you're listening to this episode right now, it's not a coincidence. It means you needed to hear what me and friend shared with you today. So let us know, guys, what you learned, how it's going to impact your decisions. Will you laugh at your own ability to keep the system alive, but still keep going and resist the resistance? Oh my God, resist the resistance. That could be another conversation on that one.
We'll see you on the next episode. Thanks for joining us, and we'd love to hear what your biggest takeaway was. We'll see you next time. Bye bye, everyone.